Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the urban debate. There are two sets of visuals which are now I would like to show you as I get into my next debate. The first one comes to us from Chandigarh airport, where Bollywood's queen, as she is called, and BJP's MP-elect from Himachal Pradesh, Mandi in Himachal Pradesh, has alleged that a CISF security official at the Chandigarh airport slapped her while she was traveling to Delhi. Calling out extremism in Punjab, Kangana Ranaut has said that the CISF official slapped her for disrespecting farmers during the Kisan Andolan in 2020 to 2021 when they were protesting against the 3 farm laws. Listen in.
सबसे पहले तो आई एम सेफ, आई एम परफेक्टली फाइन। आज चंडीगढ़ एयरपोर्ट पे जो हादसा हुआ वो सिक्योरिटी चेक के साथ में हुआ। वहाँ पे मैं सिक्योरिटी चेक करके जैसे ही निकली तो दूसरे कैबिन में जो महिला थी, जो सुरक्षा कर्मचारी थी CISF की, उन्होंने उनके पास या उनको क्रॉस करने का इंतज़ार किया और साइड से आकर जो है मुझे मेरे फेस पे हिट किया और गालियाँ देने लगी। और जब मैंने उनको पूछा कि उन्होंने ऐसा क्यों किया तो उन्होंने कहा कि वो फार्मर्स प्रोटेस्ट को जो है वो सपोर्ट करती हैं। और आई एम सेफ, बट माई कंसर्न इज़ कि जो आतंकवाद और उग्रवाद पंजाब में बढ़ रहा है, हाउ डू वी हैंडल दैट?
मेरी माँ बैठी थी उस टाइम जब इसने बयान दिया था।
Let's just step back and consider the ramifications of this. An officer in uniform at duty at an international airport forgets or puts aside her oath of service and her duty towards the nation, falls victim to her personal sentiments, and slaps a sitting MP. What if she had decided to use arms or open fire? 40 years ago, armed officers in uniform did, after all, open fire at the Indian Prime Minister. It's ironic that Kangana Ranaut plays Indira Gandhi in an upcoming film. But regardless of how you feel about Kangana Ranaut and her statements and her politics, one cannot deny the gravity of what has happened. And if you aren't convinced, let's turn your focus on the next set of visuals here that are on my right. These visuals came to us from the Golden Temple in Amritsar today, one of the holiest shrine for the Sikh faith. Members of the Sikh community here are seen raising slogans with posters of Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale during a demonstration. Today is the 6th of June. Today marks the 40th anniversary of Operation Blue Star, an operation that was carried out by the Indian Army to remove Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale, who had taken shelter in Harmandir Sahib complex. Bhindranwale was killed on the same day. The sight of extremism in Punjab isn't the only worry for the state. If you look closely at these visuals, you will also see Simranjit Singh Mann, who is an ex-MP from Sangrur who is raising pro-Khalistan slogans while he's an outgoing MP. The incoming one from Khadur Sahib is also the one that's got everyone concerned. It is, after all, Amrit Kaal for Amritpal Singh, the Khalistani separatist. He has won the Lok Sabha elections while he was in jail. He won it from Khadur Sahib seat with a massive margin of almost 2 lakh votes. And he's set to take a long walk from the jail to the Lok Sabha. This man is going to be representing us in parliament. It's not just Amritpal Singh. Sarabjit Singh Khalsa, the son of one of the assassins of ex-Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, has also made his maiden entry to parliament. And it's not just separatists from Punjab who have made it to parliament. Engineer Rashid is also a noted separatist. It's not just, it's in the valley as well. Engineer Rashid, the jailed politician, has won the Lok Sabha polls from the crucial Baramulla seat. He defeated Jammu and Kashmir's former Chief Minister Omar Abdullah. He's been in Tihar jail for the last 5 years in a terror funding case. His campaign was run by his son, who came up with the slogan that Tihar ka badla vote se. He is now moved to Delhi court seeking bail to attend the oath-taking ceremony in parliament. So the question that we have to ask ourselves it's very easy to question the people who have elected them. It's very easy to mock these people and tarnish the mandate here. But this mandate and the overwhelming nature of this mandate, if we can have again the details of Amritpal Singh on our screens, the overwhelming nature of this mandate makes it evident that there is a massive undercurrent of sentiment associated with secession and separatism, which is getting currency in Punjab. And there's a lot of anger against the Indian state, which is why we have seen acts like what we saw today at by the CIS official at Chandigarh airport against a ruling party MP. Lieutenant General Sanjay Kulkarni is back with us at this point to discuss the Punjab issue. Surinder Singh Lali, national spokesperson of the Global Punjabi Association, who understands Punjab very well and understands the genesis of the Khalistani sentiment, is also joining us. And also joining me is Vipin Pubby, senior journalist. Mr. Vipin Pubby, I'll come to you first. Yeah. Sir, do we need to be concerned about what's happening in Punjab? Once again, let me have those visuals of those protests outside the Golden Temple with posters of Bhindran Singh, of Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale. If you look at what's happening there, if you look at what's happening with the election of Amritpal Singh, if you look at what's happening today with Kangana Ranaut, do we really need to be concerned about the security situation in a border state, sir?
Well, Ritangshu, thank you. Thank you for having me on the show. I would like to first make 2 points very clear. One is that Amritpal Singh issue, he's contesting from the jail, but none of his campaign managers or anybody campaigning for him raised the slogan of Khalistan during the entire campaign. Number one. And number two, Kashmir, in Kashmir also, they are not raising that slogan of Azad Kashmir and all that during his campaign. And you were talking about June 6th, the protests that have taken place today in Amritsar, in the Golden Temple. This has been happening every year. So there is a segment, there is a section of people who do it every year around 6th of June. That is, I mean, it's not that they did it for the first time. Yet, I must say that you can't ignore these kind of signals. Their signals are increasing. And then both the center and the state government must take into consideration that they cannot treat Punjab as any other ordinary state. It's a border state. It's a sensitive state.
Absolutely.
We all know what we have all gone through about 4 decades ago in 1983-84. I think they need to be very, very careful about how you deal with that. So Amritpal Singh case, you know, there's a general feeling in Punjab and maybe in other places also that like they call in Punjabi, takka hoya hai. That means they feel that something, has happened with him which was not really justified to be, that he's booked under NSA for so long, he's picked up and all that. So this had been the general feeling of the reporters and correspondents who had gone to the constituency. The general feeling was that...
But Mr. Pubby, where do we draw the line? Where do we draw the line between people's sentiment, which needs to be respected, people's sentiment which needs to be respected, and also the law and order? At the end of the day, Amritpal Singh might not have said these things during his campaign, but everyone knows what he stands for. And more importantly, his actions have spoken much louder than his words. He's a man, and we'll have those graphics as well, the track record of Amritpal Singh, whether it be of attacking a police station with arms in 2013, which is why he was slapped with the stringent National Security Act, that's not applied to every criminal. He's booked under the Arms Act. He faces charges of attempt to murder, rash driving, trespassing, and abduction here. These are, yes, criminal cases, which unfortunately a lot of MPs in our country also have these cases, but not all of them have an NSA case hanging over them.
Yeah, you see, that's what I'm saying. I'm not defending him at all. Of course, he had been raising a kind of, sentiments in Punjab, which was long lost. But I must also point out one thing, that the moment, the time when he was arrested under NSA and taken to Guwahati, there was not a single protest anywhere. So what I'm trying to say is that general public may not be like, in favor of Khalistan and all that, but there is a segment of society, and that section can have its, hold increase unless these issues are dealt with more sensitivity.
Okay. I agree. I completely agree. On that note, let me get in Surinder Singh Lali as well. Sir, for all of us who have studied what happened in Punjab in the 1980s, I have, definitely. There are a lot of parallels, at least on the face of it, in terms of how many believe that then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi allowed the separatist sentiment of the Akali Dal to grow in order to gain out of a polarization of the Hindu-Punjabi vote. And ultimately, that led to catastrophic consequences from 1984 onwards. Do you see the similar parallel, at least in the initial stages, the way in the last few years we have seen the Khalistani sentiment move from what was earlier just a diaspora problem to in Punjab as well? Or do you just feel that these parallels are perhaps a bit exaggerated?
Thank you, sir, for having me among such a distinguished panel. As a turban Sikh myself, I am extremely concerned. You know, Punjab has already paid a very big price for this. I mean, after the Green Revolution, Punjab actually missed out on the Industrial Revolution because who would want to disturb, come and invest in a state where, there was such a big terrorist problem. And even now, the way things are appearing to be, I think we're also going to miss out on the AI revolution. As it is, Punjab has a big drug problem. There is Pakistan, there is ISI, there is China, and now Canada has also been the latest addition to. These are countries which have vested interest in trying to destabilize the growing India, and especially Punjab being a border state. I am extremely concerned, and I feel that even if he said, first of all, sir, I don't subscribe to the K word at all, because most Sikhs that I know in India and across the world do not subscribe to this K ideology. At best, I would describe them as activist extremist, because I don't even want to dignify them with these the K narrative. And the other thing is that it's going to be really, it's a matter of great concern even for the central government, because Punjab, the politics in Punjab is very, very fluid right now. Punjab is not in the right hands. And Punjab, if not held properly, if not governed properly, can be a big problem for the rest of us India too, because as I said, that Punjab, Pakistan has been badly wanting to get back to, India for Bangladesh, and China uses, Pakistan as a proxy part of their foreign policy. So, sir, I am extremely concerned, and most Sikhs across the world, including me and my family, we don't subscribe to this K narrative. This is only a bunch of fring rogue elements who are propped up, and due to unemployment and due to other drug issues, a lot of vulnerable people get sucked into it. So I think, as they say in America, Houston, we do have a problem, and this really seriously need to be looked into.
We do have a problem. We do need to talk about Punjab. I'll come back to you, Surinder Singh ji, but let me also get in Lieutenant General Kulkarni. Sir, in the previous debate, we spoke about the dangers of militarization here, and what we saw today with Kangana Ranaut at the Chandigarh airport with a CISF official, and she was unprovoked. It's not that Kangana Ranaut did or said anything today to provoke the CISF official. She loses her temper, she lets her emotions get the better of her, and she slaps a sitting MP of parliament here. She could be armed as well. Can we really play down the dangers of what this precedent represents if people in officers in uniform start acting irrationally or start wearing their emotions on the sleeve and forget their sworn duty to the uniform?
I think first, at the very outset, I have the greatest regard for the Sikhs because I've served with the Sikh troops and I know what they all are about. It's fantastic. These are aberrations, and definitely these aberrations must be taken note of and are a serious concern. There is no way a person in uniform should show disrespect, not just to Kangana, for that matter, to anybody. They are in uniform, they're doing a duty, and therefore do what she has done is absolutely wrong, and she ought to be punished for the kind of act she has done. Kangana or no Kangana, it doesn't matter. It could be. They are wearing uniform. So when we see all this, definitely, when we have a state like Pakistan, which uses terrorism as an instrument of state policy, where you have China assisting Pakistan constructing bunkers, they were constructing all kinds of infrastructure in Pakistan for the Pakistan or for themselves. They're using Pakistan, and the way the amount of drones being supplied, the amount of ammunition being supplied, the kind of things that are being done by the Chinese in Pakistan, we know that the dangers are there. You find the drones flying out, you see the drug problem, you see the ammunition coming into it, illicit currencies which are flown into it. So all that, all these are signs and signals we ought to be worried about. We must be scared. We must keep a tag of it and surveillance of all this. There may be aberrations, maybe a very small population, in fact, indulging in it. The Sikhs are not part of it. There is no question of they will support it. But the very fact that they can do it,
I completely agree.
It's very essential.
I completely agree, Lieutenant General Kulkarni. I don't think any sane person in this country accuses all Sikhs of being Khalistanis, or even the majority, or even most of them. Everyone understands. The entire country knows and recognizes and is grateful for the contribution of the Sikh community to the country. My point, Surinder Singh Lali ji, is this. One cannot deny that there is a rising resentment and unhappiness that is growing within sections of society. What we saw in Chandigarh is proof of that. If a CISF official is provoked into doing the kind of activity that she did against Kangana Ranaut, surely the nature of need of the hour is to address this sensitively, not bring in within the prism of BJP versus AAP, center versus state, Khalistani versus patriot politics here. Elections are over, thank goodfully. It is now time to address it, provide a healing touch before it goes down the Kashmir route or goes down the Punjab from the 80s route. Would you agree with me, sir?
I would absolutely agree. And any individual in uniform trying to, exceed their brief haven't understood Sikhism. I mean, Sikh gurus sacrificed their children, only for the sake of principles and morality. So I don't think these people
Yes.
actually understand Sikhism too. Let me leave you with another thought that, it was 1984 from the 1st to the 10th June that Operation Blue Star happened, and the results just came out on the 4th of June. Indian National Congress still wants 7 seats. So, there seems to be a great gap between these misinformed people and the other people of Punjab. And somewhere,
Absolutely.
I think there has to be some sort of a mechanism to be worked out before it gets too late.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Before it gets too late, and let this be a warning sign that it's not too late, but there needs action now. Thank you so much, Surinder Singh Lali, Vipin Pubby, and also Lieutenant General Kulkarni for joining us.